Ba-do-boo-boo. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hey, where is everybody? Just because it's Monday doesn't mean you don't have to come in and watch Coffee with Scott Adams. And when I say watch, I mean join. Because this is a very personal broadcasting system. Doesn't this feel more personal than other forms of digital entertainment? So personal that when I have the simultaneous sip, many of you will join me and you'll notice it makes your beverage taste better. Let's do it. Time for the simultaneous sip. Grab your mug, your chalice, your glass, your container, fill it with your favorite liquid. I like coffee. And join me for the simultaneous sip. Well, we have all kinds of things to talk about, and I know the thing you want me to talk about the most is the new nickname, the new forever name that has been assigned by the nicknamer-in-chief, President Trump. This one belongs to Adam Schiff. If you haven't seen it already, the president has given him a name of Little Adam Schitt, S-C-H-I-T-T. And let me look at real. I want to look at the tweet that Adam Schiff did in response. Tweet. Because it's a great one. And every news source is covering it. This could not be funnier. All right, I was looking for his response, but I don't want to look for it. Well, what the hell? Shut up. So let's talk about how good a nickname it is. Now, first of all, I like the fact that it left a small doubt, very small, a sliver of doubt, a barely existing doubt, about whether it was just a typo. Because T and F are not so far apart on the keyboard. But I don't think any of us believe it was a typo, do we? Had it been a typo, he might have taken down the tweet. But no, it is not a typo. It is the new name for Adam Schiff. And here's the part I like best about it. You know that sooner or later, the president is going to be talking about Adam Schiff in public. And I'm waiting to see how he pronounces it. Now, he's not going to pronounce it in public the profane way. So the president of the United States, even though he tweeted it, is very unlikely to say the word out loud. I would say it's possible, anything's possible, but probably a small chance you'll say it out loud. What will be funny is the way he approaches pronouncing it all. Can you imagine him at the rally? His next rally, I don't know if he's going to have any more rallies anytime soon, but imagine him saying, and then we hear from Representative Adam Schiff, and then the crowd goes wild. Because when he says Schiff with an FF as in Frank, he's going to say it with just a slightly different pause, just a little bit of emphasis on the last name, a little bit of a wink, and the entire crowd is going to hear a different word. The entire crowd and everybody who sees it on TV is going to translate it in their mind to shit. And it's going to be frickin' hilarious. They might start chanting. I don't know if there's a chant for this yet. But the president set up this situation where it might be the world's longest and biggest joke with a punchline. Like, we're waiting for the punchline. The punchline hasn't come yet. You think that was the joke, right? You think the joke was that he spelled it, with a TT, and we're all laughing about that. Oh no, that's not the joke. The joke is the next time he says Schiff in public, and the entire crowd will go nuts. That's the joke. That's the punchline. So, personally, I can't wait. If you hear that the president's giving any kind of a speech and you think something might come up about Schiff and Schiff's criticism, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Turn on the TV. Find a way to watch it on the internet. You're going to have to watch him deliver the best setup joke of all time, because he's just going to say the name regular. Little Adam Schiff. The crowd goes wild. It's going to be epic. All right, here's the other biggest story that is not being reported directly. So I love the stories that are the biggest story, and you can see it, but you sort of have to look for it because the news is not packaging it up the way I'm going to package it. So I'm not going to offer any controversial information, nothing that will fail the fact checkers. I'm just going to describe what's happening and then watch how it's not being packaged the same way by the news media. So was it only a week ago, I'm losing sense of time, was it 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago, that headline news was the President of the United States keeps saying bad things about black women. Why is it? I'm sorry, I'll need to say this in the voice of Dale. Dale, can you come over here and deliver this next point? Okay. Why is it that the president keeps insulting black women? Why does he keep doing that? What could possibly be the reason? Hitler. What could possibly be the reason? Racist. I guess it's obvious now. He just goes after black women. Scene. So that was just a week ago, right? What have we watched happen in the most recent week? We saw the president go after little Adam Schiff, who is not a black woman. He's neither black nor is he a woman. We saw him go after McRaven, who was the head of special ops, because McRaven had criticized the president, and so the president criticized him back. McRaven is an adult white male. So the two latest outrages are about the president going hard at adult white males. At the same time, he's been very nice to Jerry Brown and to Gavin Newsom, who normally would be his biggest enemies. Seems like his tone has changed. He's also been quite complimentary to Nancy Pelosi, who, if you did not know, is a woman and a Democrat. Normally he would not be so nice to her, but he said so much, he would actually even support her, probably can work with her. He also tweeted uncharacteristically generously about Gillum, an African-American man who lost his race, but the president had some good things to say about him, being a force in the future. Total compliment about him personally. Didn't even say anything about his politics. Complimented him personally for his character and his effectiveness. Same with Stacey Abrams, African-American woman who almost became the first African-American governor, which I hope we can stop saying stuff like that someday, because it should not matter in the future. But he complimented her. So in the past week, what pattern has been established? Oh, I'm not done yet. The top news on Fox News, who some people say is the, it just changed, but the top news was about the 3 strikes law and showed a picture of an unfairly imprisoned, unfairly in the sense of the stiffness of the penalties, unfairly imprisoned black faces. So very clearly pointing out that there was some lack of fairness for the African-American community, and the president is trying to fix that, even at the criticism of his own side. There are people who are conservatives who are saying, hey, wait a minute, that 3-strike thing is actually good. It's putting people in jail who would otherwise commit crimes. The president is taking a very conciliatory, positive move that the African American community should recognize as positive. Now compare that to last week. The president has obliterated last week's narrative that he only insults black women. Meanwhile, Brenda Snipes has decided to quit her job because she probably would have gotten fired anyway. So I think the world is seeing that maybe she was ripe for a little criticism. But more importantly, the pattern which the president has set this week completely violates whatever you were thinking was his pattern last week. Is it a coincidence? Well, how does CNN report this complete change of tone from last week? Here's how they report his complete change of tone. Here's the headline. The attacks and tweets show he's not changing. So by changing completely changing his attacks from they were in fact suspiciously, weirdly about too many black women. But as I pointed out, the reason that black women were coming under attack by the president is exactly because they're so successful. Everybody who was attacked by the president had a really good job and was just killing it with their career. These are highly successful, top-end people who have really made a dent in the universe. So to even get on his radar, you're doing something right. Now at the same time, we're all talking about, hey, who's going to run against him in 2020? And the name that I think is bubbling up to the top and probably will stay there is Kamala Harris. Now, we don't need to talk about what you think about Kamala Harris's politics, what you think about her personal life. Forget that. Just stop and pause for a moment and think about this, that both the Democrats and the Republicans believe that Kamala Harris is the strongest candidate to maybe become president of the United States. If you have not noticed, she is both black and female. Does anybody think that's going to be a negative? Does anybody think she can't be president because she's black? Nope. Nobody thinks that. They might think it might help, that it might actually be an advantage, as it was for, I would say it was for President Obama, because of the way he played it. The way he played it was, I'm not going to be your first black president, I'm just going to be president. So for the most part, he didn't make it a black thing, he just made it a, I'd be a good president thing. If she does the same, and I imagine she would, it's going to be really powerful. Secondly, how long ago has it been since we actually talked about, there would be some issue with a woman becoming president? That's not even in the conversation anymore. Again, I think I'm the only person who says this in the whole world. But I keep saying it because I think it's so important. In your rush to judge Hillary Clinton, and now both sides are judging her for one thing or the other, let us not forget that she did break the ultimate glass ceiling. And what I mean was she got the most votes. And there's nobody in the conversation about Hillary and about the 2016 race who really seriously thinks that people were voting against her for being a woman. She obliterated that obstacle. She didn't win because of the oddities of the Electoral College. But she got the most votes, and in my opinion, she has broken forever the ultimate glass ceiling. The fact that she didn't actually get the job was a technical oddity. I think she deserves full credit for that. Because when you talk about, Nikki Haley running, or Gabby Tulsard, or Kamala Harris, or, oh, I'm sorry, I've got a problem I have to solve downstairs. Gotta go.